Hi everyone, welcome once again in my live, discovering the truth behind epic and finding a lot many of inputs regarding life, regarding science, and definitely the history of mankind. Well, we may call it as history of mankind. One of the sole reason is this is so vast that even when I share this, it feels eternal peace and joy when I'm sharing all these kind of inputs with all of you. Well, if you remember, we have been talking a lot regarding Satya Yuga, the avatar of Vishnu, as well as the the way he actually saved the entire mankind. And eventually, we had a discussion a couple of days back regarding Lord Shiva and how he lost Sati. So I'll start a storyline from that particular clue when Lord Shiva lost his beloved Sati, and he felt that he will not at all come again and interact or intervene in any kind of universal matters. In that particular time, when Sati was gone, Vasuki came out from Patal Loka. Vasuki used to be called as one of the Nagas. Please remember, Naga doesn't mean that that's a snake. Naga used to be one of the amazing race from Indian epic and culture. I'll talk a lot of things regarding Nagas and how it is interconnected. Well, let me tell you the story first, and eventually we'll go very, very deep and dig a lot of things. Well, I'm sure that lot many of you are holding these things like they don't want to come in live, rather they want to listen to this as a recording. Well, for that, for them, I'm placing all my videos in my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe there so that you can watch it in a sequence. Well, now let me tell you the storyline, what happened. So Vasuki sir, Naga came out from Patal Loka, and he actually wanted to help Shiva to give a little bit of peace because he lost Sati. But while Vasuki was coming out from Patal Loka, Lord Vishnu sent Garuda to attack Vasuki. One of the sole reason is Vasuki actually ditched one particular stuff. That is, Vasuki, practically all the Nagas, Brahma asked all the Nagas to stay in Patal Loka, don't come in the mortal world, or they are not allowed to come in the surface world. I call it as a surface world, not the mortal world. Yeah. But when Lord Vishnu saw that, he actually broke that entire Brahmaji's Adesh. So he sent Garuda to attack Vasuki. Garuda eventually started attacking Vasuki, and on that particular time they had a big fight, and Vasuki called for Lord Shiva, said that please help me out. Shiva, who felt that he will not intervene in any kind of matter, by this call came and wanted to attack Garuda. That particular time, Lord Vishnu came in front and said that if you want to kill Garuda, you have to go through me. You have to interact with me. So Shiva realized that this is the way Vishnu wanted him to come and interfere in the universal matters. Both of them realized that this is the way things should be done. Shiva cannot be just go off and stay reluctant. So eventually, Lord Shiva understood it, and we know that entire story, what happened after that. We had lot many other activities done by Lord Shiva. But this entire storyline is not about actually Shiva and his coming back. There are two different characters which we have seen in this storyline, Vasuki and Garuda. Who are they? Why Brahma asked Vasuki to stay put in Patal Loka? And who is this character Garuda? Let me take you to the entire storyline of Garuda and Nagas. Again, I repeat, Naga doesn't mean snakes. Naga used to be one of the race, and we had amazing facts regarding the same. Well, before I tell you the story, let me give you some facts and figures. If we talk about Nagas, well, in use, if you have heard about the Greek mythological god of gods, Zeus, he has been treated as one of the big Nagas, and the year was approximate 350 BC before Christ. Well, we can see in Siberia that around 20,000 BC before Christ, we had ingraiding three snakes as a structure. 20,000 before Christ. Then in Aztecs, I found that there are Nagas, and that is in 15th century. We digged a little bit, and I found that in Turkey, 10,000 BC, we had Nevali Kori, which is one of the races from Nagas. Then we went very, very deep. So I found that around 2100 BC, we had in Sumer, we had intertwined serpents treated as Naga gods. So it's not that we as Bharatiya, we are actually cherishing Nagas as Nagas. So what is the storyline? What happened actually? Okay. Well, there used to be a king in Satya Yuga called Daksh Raja. Daksh is the name. And he had two daughters, Kadru and Vinita. Kadru and Vinita got married with Maharshi Kashyap, and they wanted two different kind of wish, meaning they wanted var. Now this wish, if you define that with var, means Maharshis used to grant a lot of wish of mortal beings, or who are eventually are mortals. Well, one of the wife, she asked for 1,000 Nagas, and Vinita, meaning Vinita, the another wife, she asked for two kids who are more powerful than Nagas. So Kadru wanted Nagas, Vinita wanted two great sons. Eventually, in 500 years, all these Nagas, Kadru got 1,000 eggs. From 1,000 eggs, after 500 years, 1,000 Nagas took birth. So Vinita felt that why my eggs are not actually giving any kind of birth of any kind of babies. So out of curiosity, she broke one of the eggs, and she found that one of the kid, he is not at all totally mature. It's a half mature baby that came out, and it said to Vinita that you actually broke without any kind of knowledge of mine, and I am not mature enough, so I'm dying, I'm going to sun. But remember not to break the second egg. If you break, then that will happen just like me. But if you don't break, it will become one of the finest and strongest warriors in the history of mankind. With this note, that baby went off, and we call him as Arun, as one of the small portion of Surya. Eventually what happened? After around again 500 years, Garuda took birth. It is a very big shaped human being with a lot of strength and a wing in his back. One day, one fine evening, both Kadru and Vinita saw a horse, which is horse of a sun, the sun god, and the color was actually white. So Vinita said that, this color is white. Kadru said, I know the color is white, but I feel that the tail is black. Now, this is an interesting story. The tail was not actually black, it was actually white. But what she did, Kadru asked all her Naga sons, to make that tail as black. That happened, and eventually Vinita became servant of Kadru, because that was the conversation they had, that whoever will lose, she will serve as a servant of another sister. So eventually Garuda took birth, and he found himself, despite of the fact that he has got great strength, he is a slave and he has to do everything that Nagas are asking. Once Nagas asked him that, take us in your back and take us to the underworld water, and let us enjoy that. So Garuda took all of them, went under the water, showed them the entire Naga Loka which they can build under the sea. But when he was coming out, because of the huge sun ray, the Nagas became fainted, and Kadru had to worship Lord Indra and say that, please put some clouds and rain so that my sons can become alive. Well, while these things happened, Garuda felt that why this is happening, like why I am a slave, and what happened actually eventually. So Vinita shared the entire storyline to Garuda and said that this is what happened, and because of that we are slaves. So Garuda asked that Nagas that what exactly I can do, what exactly I can bring so that you can leave me and my mom and we can set apart from this slavery. The Nagas said that bring us Amrit. If you can bring us Amrit, we can set you free. Garuda then flew towards the demigod Loka, and there he had a big fight. Everybody felt that, oh my god, who is this creature? Like, it's a big size with all the fiery wings. Everybody felt that probably Suryadeva is coming, but Suryadeva said that it's not me, it's like something else, someone else. Garuda had an amazing fight with Gandharvas, with Ashwini Kumars, with demigods. Everyone lost the battle. And then he had a fight with Indra, the king of demigods, and Indra struck him with Vajra, which is the power of thunder. But that didn't kill Garuda. Then Indra asked him that, man, you have got enormous power. Why we are fighting with each other? Why don't we become friends? And tell me what you want, I will grant that. Garuda said that I'm not looking for any kind of boon from you. Rather, I'm looking for Amrita, because I want to eliminate the slavery of my mom and myself. Indra said that, but if you take it, Nagas, if they consume it, they will be like, we cannot stop them. And no one should take it, because we demigods should actually possess Amrita, no one else. Garuda said, hold on, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that Amrita in front of the snakes, and I will do something so that if I give you a signal, you come and take it away. That thing happened. Garuda took the Amrita and went towards Nagas. Nagas said that, give us the Amrit. Garuda said that you need to go for a bath. Go, take your shower, come back, and I'll give you Amrit. When they went off, Indra came, took that entire Amrita, Kalash, and Nagas didn't get any kind of Amrita. But because Garuda brought it, they had to put apart Vinita and Garuda, and they had to say that you are not slave again. Hence, from Garud Puran, we got to know this entire story. But if we really want to go for a structured manner, who was this Garuda and what happened? Well, I have found a lot of things. I have found if I look at the Nagas, I'm not talking about Garuda today. I'm talking about Nagas, which is like, lot many people feel that this is snakes, serpents with 10 heads or maybe 100 heads or something like that. Well, let me tell you, Vasuki was actually jewel of Shiva's neck. At the same time, Sheshnag or the Anantanag, both are not same. Sheshnag is devotee of Lord Vishnu. So if we look at the Nagas as a culture, Nagas had 12 different dimensions of Naga Loka, and we Bharatiyas know probably all these 12 names as a 12th realm or 12 characters or 12 different strong kings from the history. Number 1 is Ananta Naga. Number 2, Vasuki Naga. Number 3, Shesh Naga. Number 4, Padma Naga. Number 5, Taksha. Number 6, Dhritarashtra. Number 7, Kalia. Number 8, Sankalpa. Number 9, Kambala. Number 10, well, I'm not sure how many of you are watching, but in any way. Number 10, Ashitra. Number 11, Pingla. Number 12, Karkota Naga. Now, all these names are not actually myth. These things have got different kind of meaning in some different realm and different dimension, and hence they had their own 12 different calendars. Okay, they had different kind of month of Naga's month. Okay, and they had their own kind of Groha and Nakshatra, which is till date lot of people who are working with astrology, they are using this as a calendar for humankind for their betterment. But let me tell you, let me repeat myself once again, this is not the snakes that we are talking about. We are more talking about the Nagas, wherein Maharishi Vash, he himself defined them as anti-gods. They define the Nagas as Uryan Divyan. Uryan Divyan, if I define it, is like divine or heavenly serpents. Now, serpents, actually an English term, I'm so sorry, but this is not serpent, this is basically Naga as a race. So this is the Western world tweak. They couldn't understand Naga as a race. They felt that Naga means snake. It's not that. It's a race. Okay, I already defined what is this race is all about. Now, if we look at Patal Loka, that's a different kind of dimension. I'm sure that today's young generation watch Marvel and DC, and they watched multiverse as a concept. I've been reading this since my childhood, and multiverse is nothing new to me. And multiverse, the entire concept actually came from all these Purans, all these epics that we are discussing today. So Patal Loka is basically a different kind of dimension, where it is defined that when you enter in Patal Loka, at 30 yojanas, you will find out the Ananta Nag. Now, 1 yojana means 1,20,748 kilometer. Multiply that with 30, that becomes a distance where the Ananta Nag stays. And it is said that Ananta Nag means the entire Gyan of the universe. It is said that he or she is the supreme lord of all the Nagas as a Naga race. Now, if I manifest that term, the term defines as Aham in Sanskrit. Aham means the entire knowledge which you can possess. So, if we go deep into our insight, probably this is where we can cherish all the knowledge, all the wisdom. Now, why we are discussing all these Nagas and what is the exact meaning of it? Well, let me give you one single example. Yeah, one single example from today's world. If you look at Pakistan, you will see that Takshashila is there. Takshashila, it is said that it is actually created by the king, great king called Takshak, who is son of Airavat. Now, this is fascinating. This Takshila on that ancient time used to give knowledge and wisdom to the worlds. So you can understand now why Nagas are treated as the wise race. So from now on, if you are reading epic, you need to understand the inner meaning of it. So you need to understand the base part, why these terms came. Now these terms came because when we look at Sheshnag, Shesh means the remainder part. That means no creation to be done. It is just a remainder. Whatever happened in the entire universe with the Brahmakal or the entire universe timeline, this Sheshnag is only the remainder part. Now if you remember the picture of Lord Vishnu, who is lying on the top of Sheshnag, and a kamal, a lotus, is actually created from the nozzle of Lord Vishnu, and Brahma is sitting on the top of it, and Lord Vishnu is lying, half relaxing. I would say not lying, rather he is relaxing. His eyes are half open, and Dhanalakshmi is with him. And this Sheshnag is on the top of a ocean, and that ocean has got webs. Now when you look at this picture as a pictorial depiction, humankind actually probably created this picture. But why humankind actually created this picture? What is the reason of this picture? What is the inner meaning of this picture? Why I'm discussing this when I'm talking about Garuda Purana, and when I'm talking about all these kind of epic stories, and I'm talking about the science behind it, I'm talking about the Naga. Why I'm taking this example? Because of Sheshnag? No. This entire ocean is defined as Sangsar. Sangsar means this world. This world have got ups and downs. You will find out goodness, badness, sorrowness, happiness in this world. With this web of Sangsar, if a person can relax, watch everything, but showing the world that he is not watching everything, he is relaxing. He is not at all bothered about all these kind of mortal issues. And he himself can create things. Then he can create his own universe by the name of Brahma. And he don't need to run for money. Rather, Dhanalakshmi automatically will come to him. In each and every picture that we have created from the past, there is an inner meaning. I can actually describe each and every picture, each and every avatar, each and every avatar's bahanas as well. There is an inner meaning of each and everything that we have depicted, created. But somehow, saddest part, we are not discussing this. We felt that probably all these things are mythology, myth. We don't need to read this. Well, these things are actually giving you inner peace. It is giving you focus. It is giving you a lakshya. It is actually giving you a strength to move on. At least from my perspective, running several different companies, dealing with several different people in my life, traveled around half of the world, I learned these things, that these things are not created just because out of fun. Talking to the science, let me take you to our epical description how the entire universe is actually defined according to epic. As per our Sanatan Dharma, when Vishnu excels, Brahma is created and he creates the entire universe. The lifetime of Brahma, it is said that 100 years of Brahmakal. Brahmakal doesn't mean 100 years of this world. It's Brahma world. Please watch my other videos. You will understand the entire timeline and the lokas. You will understand what kind of timeline I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, when Vishnu inhales, all the creation goes towards him and samahit within Vishnu. This is a basic science that has been actually described in our Sanatan Dharma, wherein we already described much more powerful being than black hole, much more powerful being than whatever we have seen so far so good. You need to understand, when you are a mortal, it is very difficult to describe all these things. Well, every Brahma state, every creation is temporary. Each and every time, every Brahma is creating one universe and destroying the other part of it by Lord Shiva. And every time we as mortals, we are being created, we are being destroyed. Within this small timeline, it is very difficult to describe everything. We can only seek for knowledge. You need to understand the fascinating fact that we as mortals, we are actually in the middle world. It is said as Midgard in Nordic epics. Why? Because this Patal Loka doesn't mean that it is inside the earth. No, it's a different dimension, wherein these Nagas used to stay and they used to come to our world. Maybe some dimensional gate used to be there. We don't know. Maybe it's a complete storyline, but the storyline is fascinating and really encouraging with lot many knowledge, so that we can learn and understand things. But if I go to the human history, each and every culture, they have said that this earth is in between all these lokas. It is up, down, right, left, wherever you watch. We are in between. That's the reason all this interconnection, all this mixing of culture is happening in this mortal world. And we are totally enjoying it. So keep enjoying my discussions, keep enjoying our Puran, learn and understand what exactly is there. I'm not gonna describe the entire Garuda Puran or the next yuga for today's live, because that will happen tomorrow. So please wait and watch, and feel free to ask questions if you have any. Thank you so much for watching.